Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot oracle, your daily insight on life and love for May 17th, 2022, also being timeless. Wherever you're catching this in time, this might be relevant for you. Maybe not so relevant. It is for the 17th, right? Why do I always forget this? Why do I feel like I've never looked at a calendar in my life every time I go to record this? Aha, the 17th. I knew I was right. All right, this is General Collective. Don't force this to fit your life. If it does make sense, well, I hope that's a good message. It seems pretty insightful right now. If you have questions about booking your own private session, go ahead to the description, find my email address, or you can find me on the social platforms @RAISINGSEVAK. Anything else is probably spam, and don't give out your personal information. So anyway, I'm using the Wisdom of the Avalon to kick off this reading, and I haven't done that in a while. So this is where we are kicking things off. All right. It talks about loyalty, forgiveness, being honest with yourself, looking at what your personal hurdles are, what's your ambition. There's something that you are not seeing. There's something that has caused a lot of disruption in your life, and I do feel like it is based off of what you haven't been able to see. There's a lot in your life that you need to look at it. This could be forgiveness of self. This could be forgiveness for other people. I think there's going to be a reestablishment of some sort of new set of loyalty in your life. It's a reestablishment, so I do feel like this is somebody from, your history, but a new form of loyalty and connection that's coming in. I'm not telling you to stick around abusive people. That's not the case. But this is really for you. The forgiveness you have to do inside of yourself. What has the past hurts done to you? The hang-ups, the betrayals. Now, this might not be so upfront. This could be something where you sabotage things in your life that are going good. So, what is it about you that you're not seeing? What is it about you that has caused some sort of disruption? What about you is the hurdle to happiness? I don't feel like you're fully immersed in the sense of just happiness, joy, content, connection to even life. There's a transformation that you had been putting off. You are going through a transformation really of yourself, with everything that you are and that you have experienced up to this point. It's all about to flip the script on you. So the focus, you're not going to have your answer for what's really going on immediately. It's not just going to be thrown out in front of you. I mean, you can ask Source, Spirit, God, hey, what am I not seeing about this? What am I not seeing about myself? I mean, you can always do that. I'm all for an open dialogue with Source, Spirit, God. I think that you have to look at that kingdom of heaven inside of you with this. The focus. Where have you been loyal in your life? Where has that sincerity been given? Have you been loyal to yourself? Chances are not so much. Keeping the peace is not being loyal to yourself, and I do feel like this is probably something that you have done. Focus and release. See exactly where you have given your loyalty. Was it to some sort of unhinged, unstable, emotional vat of what the F? I know, so eloquent. Or is this more along the lines of you in that safe, secure nest you can build around yourself? That's what you've been loyal to, that sense of duty to yourself and self-destruction. There's something about that that seems blinding. It may be that it started with a reason of self-preservation and self-healing, but now it just looks like it's a way to push anyone and anything away that could add even more to the emotional pile in your life. Not that they are a burden, not that anybody's a burden, but it looks like your well, your emotional well, it can't take any more hits. So in that subconscious awareness of yourself, you don't let anything in. That's it feels very punishing, and it also feels like it hurts you to do this, but you can't figure out why. It's been this replayed story, so here we are, not quite content with life and where it's going, in this essence of being alone and wondering why you can't open up to people and certain situations in your life. So let's dig down into this and really see where that pain is. The bottom of the deck is truth. You are going to find it. I don't feel like I need any more from that deck, but I do feel like I need something from the Work Your Light Oracle. And what we have here is answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? A rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And then we have these. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? You go first, the universe will catch you. The universe is saying the truth lies within yourself. So this, have you answered it? Have you done the work that you need to do? Have you had that real hard look at the truth of what you are? And that doesn't feel like it's the prettiest feeling on the planet, but I don't want you to turn away from that discomfort. Where is this going? Well, it's going to Neverland. Why did I say that? I haven't made a reference to Peter Pan in a while, unless I'm talking about somebody who's dealing with Peter Pan syndrome. The break free. You are being helped. Mother healing. So we have the break free, you're being helped, and mother healing. You had so much emotionally dumped on you, and there was no relief of any of it. You had a lot of emotional battery being done. The mother healing, I'm just going to go to whoever the nurturer was in your upbringing. Not everybody has a mom. Let's just take the title off. Yes, it usually goes to mommy issues, but it's not. It's about nurturing the divine feminine issues. You had all of this dumped on you, and it's like you couldn't push it off. You weren't allowed to push it off. I don't want this deck anymore. All right, Rider Waite. And I don't have any incense lit. You wanna know what? I'm a mess. Go grab your food or drink. I'm gonna get situated here because apparently I'm just being uber forgetful right now. All right. You were only learning. This was part of your training ground. You were taught that you're supposed to take the loss in your life and that you're supposed to be either the caregiver or the adult for everybody. And the choice, it feels like it was manipulated to be your belief when it really wasn't. Just this is what got you that validation. So it was a matter of survival. It's a false sense of protection with this. We have the Ace of Pentacles. It was if you took care of others, they would see the value in you and take care of you. And when you asked questions, you probably were met with a very firm hand, if I'm not mistaken. So, okey dokey. I just lost the King of Swords in reverse. That's what came out. So if it comes out again, here we go. Well, that's not the King of Swords, but you get what I'm saying. So the Page of Wands, after all that disappointment and harsh reaction from people who really should have been able to help you because you had always been there from them. I'm not even talking about you as a full-fledged adult. I'm talking about you and just how you had been groomed and trained to behave like the caregiver and the dumping grounds for everybody's emotional well-being in their life. After enough disappointment, you kind of gave up, didn't you? Didn't want to bother with the fight, didn't want to bother with the issue, just take whatever you need and get the F out. And so you kind of put all your wares on the outside of this wall, and it was just you not even looking at it anymore. Just take what you need and go. All right. Huh. 2 8s coming out. Okay. Working hard and feeling like you're not enough. You had to give this to numerous people and probably dedicate yourself into numerous obligations, and it's never being enough, and you being unable to walk away from it, because if you walked away from it, you were a wimp, you were a coward, and you didn't care. That couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of this was not even yours. So what I see is you, and it's like you recognize that all of that was karma, but it's like you can't emotionally attach to it right now. That's what's going to be healing in this, because you have to go deep. You're ready to move on. So while you're ready, you still don't quite know how to have the emotional connection to what that deep look inward is. But we're going to look at this right now. Where's my Archangel Raphael healing? Where the hecking heck is it? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Blue steel. God dang, I knew this was going to happen. Where the hecking heck are the Archangel Raphael healing oracle cards? You know, my Merlin desk isn't even a mess right now, so that doesn't even make sense. Interesting. Interesting. All right, what's this? Oh, wow. Fate is never without a sense of irony. You know, I can't find those cards, and they're right here. I'm just not seeing them. They're in front of me. I know they are. Oh, yeah, you're there. No, that's just the case. You know what? I give up for now. But look at what card just came out. Embrace your emotions. How are you going to embrace your emotions? Listen to your intuitive feelings. That might be what you would like to call your conscience, and it's telling you to take a very strong look about how something has sucked and how it's hurt you, and you normally put it away, calling it intrusive thoughts. The base chakra. So how do you talk about your life situation? How do you talk about your home life? I do feel like this is up for topic right now. Earth Angel. Manifesting power. Get back to love. This is definitely dealing with parental figures. So what I want to kind of focus on right now, I'm not saying that your parents are garbage. Not everyone comes from great or terrible upbringings. We all have, you know, different experiences, and I get it. Even when it's bad, it's not all bad. There's some good, and sometimes when it's really good, there's still some bad in it. So really, your own experiences can be very unique for yourself, but it looks like you need to intuitively call out what happened based off of your parental experience and the guilt that you carried, feeling like you couldn't speak out because you loved everybody so much and you wanted to just take care of them. So this, the internal healing that has to come about is through the parental experience. And I know that you probably love your parents. I'm not saying otherwise, but it's important to be able to look at them and see, for better or for worse, how their upbringing, well, your upbringing with them has somehow faulted you. And I'm not talking crap. For better or for worse, we are all faulted in some way, shape, or form, even if you had amazing experiences growing up. So what from that upbringing have you manifested in your life? And it does feel like it's very guilt-oriented. You're somebody who wants everybody and everything to feel love. You don't want anybody to feel like garbage. You don't want anybody to feel broken down. So that's from the artist Jorah. So there is a certain amount of guilt where you wouldn't talk about the burdens that you had to deal with in this. So what's coming up in healing from the parental issue right now, aside from guilt, is having no faith that anybody was going to help you or rescue you. A sinking ship, and that nobody was going to work to keep you afloat. And that you actually can take it easy in your life and not have yourself worked into the ground. And that if you aren't, rushing yourself or working yourself into a nosebleed, that you're not doing something right. I know that it's probably very frustrating right now that even during this healing process, what you want is nothing more than to have somebody step in and be like, I'm going to take this burden off of you. You're worthy of it. I know that you desire that somebody just take this off of you, and I'm here to do that. In this, as much as it sucks to say, you're also here to heal yourself in this. Nobody can heal this but yourself. And it's to release and let go of that old guilt and hurt and shame that others had piled onto you. So then we have listen to your intuitive feelings. This is going to be a very raw form of self-communication. You are going to have a lot of unexpected, intrusive, and pessimistic and just all around challenging voices come in. I don't want you to shoo them away. The listening to the intuitive feelings is these thoughts and feelings that need to come out, even if you love the people that they're about. And it's not about thinking that you're this god-awful human being who doesn't have a decent bone in their body. It's about you recognizing the wound that that person has caused in your life. Even if you have actively forgiven them, the subconscious still needs time to rewrite that script. And that's what this is doing now. So embrace those intuitive thoughts and feelings of you might be having some residual anger for somebody. And then acceptance, isn't that the key right there? Accepting that they were incredibly faulted people who groomed and raised another faulted adult, yet you are facing that trauma right where you stand. So the meditation is rewiring the subconscious mind you don't really realize how often you are in a meditative state, whether you're listening to my voice right now, or you're doing the dishes, or you're showering, or you're, believe it or not, driving, which some beta part of the brain takes over, getting you from point A to point B. It's really freaky how that happens. But you're rewriting the script with it, and what's going to come out of it is a complete change in your the physician of you, the self physician. And also I feel a major divine connection to source and spirit with you. So in this healing, you're connecting to God and opening that channel, and you're changing your personal care with yourself, whether it's health, emotional, or mental. It's all going through a transmutation right now. So the final cards is you letting yourself flesh all this out and starting to get outside of yourself and start to point to what seems to be this enlightened energy. Letting the light actually touch you, letting yourself be seen. Okay, final cards from this, from the Rider-Waite. Where the hecking heck are you? I really am taking crazy pills. Where the heck is that deck? Ah, there it is. Where the heck is that deck? It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. You are going to cut through a lot of these challenges. The fast messages that are coming through is through acceptance, and once you accept it, you can actually cut it loose. All right, you'll actually see how all that has held you back in the past. Okay, going into the next one. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and let's see. You will be moving on, and you will have your wishes come into play. I think that's more manifestation rather than anything else, and being fully immersed in that feeling of happy joy and success, and your ability to just move on and let the past go. All right, you, that's been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for May 17th, 2022. And again, being timeless. Wherever you're catching in time, this might be going on for you. If you have questions about booking a private session, go to the email address, reach out, or find me on the social platforms. Again, the @ RAISINGSEVAK. I look forward to meeting you, talking with you, and seeing how I can be of service to you. And until then, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. It's an optimistic time to start a new project and actually have confidence in it. This seems like, okay, you got your control, you can do your thing. There's really nothing that's gonna upset you with this. Look at what I'm looking at right here. Look at this, look at it. You're ready to move on. You're ready to drop the bag of crap and go. I can appreciate this. Your optimism, your confidence in it is going to mean a world of difference. We're not walking around this all timid and asking for permission and is this okay if I do? No, fudge that noise. I think the fact that you are confident, politeness, but firm, it's actually disarming anyone who really has an opposition against this. So it feels very personal for you. I see that this is going to involve, it's going to be about a path. The path that you're taking, what is it about this path? Okay. It's going to be one that you're really passionate about. I don't think that this is anything that you thought that you would be doing. Why do I feel like this is vastly different? You are going from one end of the spectrum to another, so the only real visual I can get on this is being in the complete dark and going to this new stretch of light. It's just as different as night and day here. You couldn't be any more different than this. I think part of the reason why this is so out of character and just a complete 180 for you is part of you may have been overcompensating for some sort of ideal. So this is no longer hiding behind some sort of overemphasis of the very thing that you are not. Very interesting. This is very personal for you, and I do feel like it's about your personal identity and your way of living. You may have been falsely opposed towards something, but now you're discovering it is potentially the very thing that you might be. Now, don't get crazy with this. I'm not saying that you're this horrible, illegal creep or anything like that. It's not like that. But part of your identity you hid by overcompensating in the opposite end because of some sense of shame or rejection. But this part of you is coming out now, and it's going to be very much embraced. Your confidence and convictions in who you are is the world of difference. I want to know who the hell you are. Who are you? What is this identity thing with you? So somebody pushing you beyond your limits, maybe a little bit much. So it seems like it's come to the time of mess around and find out. I'm trying to use replacement words because I'm not trying to talk like a sailor on here, but mess around and find out and see what's up. That's kind of what you're doing. I do see that this is very pushy, devil-like energy that is just really just trying to get under your skin. We have, it seems like a very fine education that you're presenting them with, and it seems to be forceful, and it seems to be emotionally charged. This has been building up for a while with you. This feels like a major backlash. All right, I like this. You're about to rip this away from them. Any access that they had to you, anything that had to do with you and them, I feel like you're ripping it away right now. They're about to become very lonely on their path, and there's nothing that they can do to reach you. You're not somebody who can just be pulled out of this. There's no fight. There's no more that you have to give to this. It feels like a sense of surrender with this. So the dominating colors of this are blue and gray, so I feel like it's slowing down, but also the need for you to cocoon because they erupted such a major emotional charge from you. Yeah, you're done with them. I don't ever think that you're going back to this connection, whatever it is. I don't necessarily think it's romantic. It could be ex-romantic partnership, especially with the way that this looks, but you're never going back to it. The damage has been done, and they have crossed the limit with you. So this is leading to balance and restoration, justice happening for you. I want you to carry that banner very hard because somebody is losing out on you in a way that they could not fathom possible. And sucks to be them, but they're the ones who decided to pull these strings now, didn't they? Stick to your convictions. Don't keep allowing that poison back into your life. So it looks like that rejection that you experienced was probably the best thing that could have happened for you. So I'm going to break this up into a few mini parts. But whatever you were rejected from, it wouldn't have worked out anyways. There was something about whoever was orchestrating this that they weren't using whatever tools to the best of their ability. There was a lot of manipulation around it. It was, it lacked integrity. And I think that part of you picked up on this because it looks like you're holding yourself back from even putting yourself fully committed to this. I think part of you really wanted to see beyond this and maybe just think that this was in your head, but Spirit's like, no. We're not going to let you be part of this hurt train right here. I don't think that it's actually this emotional hurt with that one. It feels more like it feels scandalous. And I see that you don't have part in it, which again, that rejection, the exile from whatever it was probably the best thing for you. So I'm seeing justice for you. I'm seeing the strength come out, and I'm seeing there's whatever the opposing party in this is that just had their keister handed to them, know that they're not going to be the same. They're not going to be able to get beyond this. And it looks like there's a lot of fear moving forward for them. They're going to be repressed, and I feel like this is in the same way that you were attempted to be repressed. And they're going to have to change whatever this either company or sorority or frat, whatever it was. It is like a community of people, whatever it was. I'm not just isolating it to college. It's not about college, but it has a sense of society in it. It's going to lose a lot of its foundation. It's going to have a major sense of letdown, loss. It's going to be really hard for them to come back, and honestly, I don't see them coming back from it at all. So for you, it's a point of vindication, discipline, and validation for whatever that raw nerve is that you saw in here. And it's all, you know, a challenge. I feel like you're going to be stressed out only because of rejection aspect, but then you're going to see them kind of squalor. You'll be glad that you weren't part of it, honestly. So it does feel scandalous. It really does. So if you have any idea as to what this could be in your life, let me know. Yeah. So for any love relationship, I always use as a disclaimer, I don't care what the cards say. If your relationship is in any way, shape, or form abusive, toxic, illegal, get away from it. Honestly, I don't want you to be in pain. I don't want anyone to ever suffer. It feels like a good reading, but I also know that sometimes when we are in some sort of an emotional dire strait, we will make the most painful and toxic situations somehow something we just have to pull through. I don't want you to get hurt. Okay, so if it's not the case, let's see what's going on here. It seems like there is a separation that was going on in this loving relationship, and what I'm seeing here is energy work. Notice the signs. It's you feeling kind of off kilter, you feeling some sort of a blowback, and some sort of issue from the past that is coming to the surface right now, and it is in regard to matters of the heart and relationships. And this relationship, you really need to learn to trust yourself again. Part of what's clouding you is the past trauma and relationships and the path that you were on with those previous engagements. I'm not always talking about a romantic engagement. This actually feels like the caliber of person that you're going towards and that you have in your sphere right now is totally different, but you can't really let yourself reach out to them because some hang up of the past. So it's working through the trauma that's coming up from the past relationship so that you can really engage in this new relationship and communication that's coming in from this person. Again, I feel like they're in your sphere. The separation was a blessing in disguise for you and whoever this person is. I think that you really need to have these triggers to bring up whatever was unhealed, and you're doing it right now. But also, I think that this makes you see that you actively choose each other rather than feeling like this is just what you have to end up with. It's not that at all. I do feel like there is a lot of love here, and I do feel like trust is being reestablished. And I think that whatever happened in the past in this relationship was dealing with the misuse of you in your training and finding out how relationships work. I feel listing's coming on. Okay. So the energy work that you are facing is going to bring about these issues. It's going to be messy for you, but I also want you to know it's going to establish some sense of reorder in your life. That love is very real. It's going to be transmutated into something that is more palatable for you in a much different way than what you are used to and what you've experienced. And you will be able to move on from your past, and you guys will be able to engage in this relationship without projecting the past problems from both angles onto each other and hurting each other in that way. I hope that this made sense. It's a very sweet love, and I want to know how this works for you. Okay, so you are on a very deep soul contract journey. Now we have the twin flame card here. I really want to dissolve using that word. I mean, there's soulmate, twin flame, there's kindred spirits, there's even karmics. Whatever this soul contract is, it is about embracing love. You are absolutely a loving person. You are here to teach life about all the genuine aspects of love. But you, being that beacon of light, has also made you a light for moths. So this has attracted a lot of toxic relationships your way, hasn't it? People who take advantage of you, people who overstep the boundaries, people who just blatantly hurt you. You have had to learn how to shield yourself from so many toxic energies in your life. And all that toxicity, all that pain has actually caused you a level of ascension. I love this for you, but also I don't want you to hang on to the past and comparing those past hurts to whoever's in your sphere now. This, you feel so intensely. It seems like one of your major signs might be water. I really don't want to get hooked on that though, but that's the first thing that's coming to mind, so I'm telling you this. You know, don't even sweat it. I mean, it's, 1 out of 4. Not, people, but for astrological signs, 1 out of every 4 is a water sign, so come on. It's not that unheard of. So the sacral chakra is the sensitivity to toxic things in your environment, not even in just relationships. We're talking chemicals, we're talking even processed foods, anything that is in excess right now, anything that is harsh. You feel it on a much more deep and primal level, but all of that has given you a sense of thick skin. I do feel like you still have the ability to have a deep and rich love and expression in your life. And I think you're ready to have that expressed in this deep and beautiful soul contract. Now with every relationship reading, I don't care what these cards say. If it's toxic, abusive, illegal, get the F away from it. I do not care. I don't want you getting hurt. So if it's not any of those, then this deep soul contract is going to be one that really allows you to express your ability to be this expression of love. So the sacral chakra, after you let go of those pasts that you've had to shield yourself from, you have you are profoundly clairvoyant, and you need to start asking your guides for how you can have help and learning how to express this genuine loving aspect of yourself fully. It's going to be practice because of all the pain, but you will heal from that pain. You will be able to express it. And the person who's in your sphere is a really amazing potential and partner. So I hope that this love works out for you. I don't see you pulling any punches because it feels like you've given up and there's nothing left to lose. It's going to be pain. So you're going to go down kicking and screaming and flailing your arms. But I want you to know that this is not the end for you. This is the beginning of some major life choices that you get to actually start putting into motion. You're not even at an ending. You're at the beginning. And you're seeing, I think, the healing aspect of whatever the painful ending was. I love this. It feels like wish fulfillment. It feels like a giant high five from the universe. But also, I see that it's going to involve a lot of work for you that you're very passionate about. You have a real go-getting attitude, and you're starting incredibly practical and small and just going to let this grow. I do feel like you are going after what you want, but I also feel like a big part of you in the past ending has let the past go, and it's not going to be haunting you in this. So you might be opening yourself up to some really cool, greater love. You can also be opening yourself up to a major level of success. I see a lot of proposals coming from you, not always in that whole will you marry me thing, but some of you maybe. But you are making a lot of proposals for life that life is really going to step into for you right now. You have to have a plan. I really want you to work on having this plan. And what else from this? All right, so detoxify from what? Being a people pleaser, and being able to forgive people who made you feel like this was going to be the only way and that there's no bending. You are absolutely assertive and in control. The thing is, you have to have that go-getter spirit and be passionate about what it is that you are going for and assert yourself. So this, you gotta stop dancing over the timidness. It's so unbecoming for you. And this is gonna involve you having a greater change in this direction. I feel like it's already in action, in movement, but there's a change that is happening in this new direction, and it's really just you being this unstoppable force. And this is you going after the prize in your life. I do feel like this is a major prize to be won, and I feel like the excitement is uncontainable with you. You're not going to let this go. You're not going to let anything cloud your vision or your ambitions on this moving forward. So nice, and showing the audacity. I really want to know how this is for you. I really want to know what this means for you in your life. Your individual storyline is always more detailed, in-depth, and intense. So if you have questions about booking a private reading just based off of this, I want to reach out. Say hello. Definitely know where, let me know where you are in the world. Talk to you soon.